Thank you. Got it.
Yay!
Yay, thank
All right.
you. Awesome. Good morning. Welcome to our Saturday morning yoga class. Thank you so much for joining me today on the mat. It's just going to be a standard vinyasa flow. We're going to be connecting with breath with movement, going through a series of different postures. Feel free to modify, use some blocks if you would like. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get started in a nice, easy seated pose in the center of your mat. Just taking a nice deep inhale and a slow and long exhale out. Maybe allowing the gaze to soften or eyes to close. And starting to engage here in a three-part breaths, inhaling into the belly, moving the inhale up into the ribs and up into the chest. As you exhale, release from the chest, from the ribs, from the belly. And once again, inhaling, filling belly, ribs, and chest. And exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Just continuing this breath 3 or so times here. Just allowing your awareness to fill with your breath and how you're feeling today in your body, coming to this present moment. Allowing all the stressors and everything else you might have to do just fall away. This is your time to be here with yourself, just working with your body and breathe. On your next inhale, we're going to reach arms nice and high overhead. On the exhale, the right hand is going to fall next to you as the left hand reaches over, gazing up, stacking those shoulders. Breathe into the side body. Inhale, we come back up. And exhale, left hand falls down to the ground as the right hand reaches over. Maybe being aware of just that gentle press into the ground with the left hand and a long reach with the right. Inhaling, coming back overhead. We're just going to bring the bottoms of our feet together here in a little butterfly, binding your hands around the feet. Inhale, extend straight through the spine. And if you'd like to exhale, fold forward a little bit, go ahead. Maybe you'd like to add a little butterfly wing flap, just moving those knees up and down a little bit. Taking another nice deep breath here, let the body fold forward a little bit more. Inhaling back up, we're just going to extend our feet out, straightening the legs into our dragonfly here. And just start to move the body around, out and over the leg. Just gentle. You can do full rotations or just go side to side. And then we'll inhale, straighten through the spine. Exhale, just gently fold the chest forward, keeping the toes and the knees pointed up. Inhaling back up. And let's just exhale, fold forward. Inhale, straighten through the spine. Exhale, gently pull the chest forward. Inhale back up. We're going to bend through the knees, planting the feet here right in front of us. Let's just window Shield wipe side to side, dropping knees one side and then the other. Coming to plant the feet right in front of us now. Taking the right leg, maybe seeing if you want to place that foot right on top of the knee. And if you can pull the body in towards this pigeon variation. Inhaling, releasing here. We're going to simply put the hands behind us and lift the hips up into a reverse bridge. Exhale, release the hips down. We're just going to allow this left leg to fall all the way to the left, planting the foot down here. We'll inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, twist to the right. See if you can bring that gaze over the right body. The elbow doesn't have to come outside the knee. You can just kind of hug the leg if you would like. Inhale, exhale, release, come forward. Just pull this left foot more towards, the right foot more towards the left hip. We're coming into a little shoelace. See if you can square the hips down on the ground. And yeah, it's okay if the top leg is lifted a little bit. We're going to inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, right elbow bends behind the head. We come into a cow face, arm just gently pulling that elbow down behind us. If you'd like, you can take the left hand and reach it behind the back, trying to grab the right fingers. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, maybe you'd like to fold forward. Inhaling back up. Releasing the arms here. We're just going to exhale once again, fold forward. Inhale back up. We're simply going to turn back to center here, just coming back to plant our feet in front of us, knees pointed up. We'll take it to the other side. The left foot is going to come on top of the right knee. And we'll inhale, pull the chest towards that pigeon variation. Inhale and exhale, release, placing hands right behind your hips. We'll inhale, lift the hips up high. Exhale, release the hips down, dropping the right leg to the ground. We come into a nice little twist here. You can simply just gaze over the left shoulder, trying to extend straight through that spine, taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale, we'll release, coming back through center. We're going to drop this right knee down, this left knee down, kind of move the left foot closer to the right hip. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. This time the left elbow bends behind the head. We just gently pull on it to get a nice stretch. Maybe taking a bind behind your back with the right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you'd like to fold forward here. Inhale back up. Let's release the shoulder stretch here. Inhaling and let's exhale. Just fold one more time. Hopefully feeling a sensation through the inner hips. We'll inhale, sit back up. Just roll back through center, planting that foot down. Release the legs here. I'm just going to turn to face alongside the mat, extending straight through my legs. Inhale, extending through the spine. Exhale, releasing the body into a head to toe forward fold. Really pulling the shoulders away from the ears, trying to keep a nice straight back. Really pushing those sit bones out. We'll inhale. And exhale. Just release a little bit more. Another deep breath here. Feel free to keep a bend in the knees if your spine is too rounded. We'll inhale, reach back up with the body, planting the hands behind us, bending the knees. We'll once again inhale, lift the hips, taking a reverse bridge, maybe releasing the head back if that feels okay. Exhale, release the hips down. We're going to cross through the ankles and just make our way into a tabletop position. Coming into our cat-cows, we're going to inhale, Drop the navel down, open the chest, gaze up. Exhale, press those shoulder blades together as you round through the spine, tuck the pelvis, gaze down. Inhale into our cow. Exhale, round the spine into our cat. You can also kind of release the tuck toes when you come into your cow pose. Inhale deep. And exhale, tuck the toes, release the spine. Coming into the cat. One more, we'll inhale. Think about pulling that navel towards the spine. And exhale once again. Coming back to center, we're just going to stretch the wrist, pointing the fingertips back towards ourselves, pressing into the bottom of the hands, and just gently move the hips back a little bit. You won't need to move them back much to feel a nice sensation. Perfect. And then just roll the hand onto its back side, still pointing those fingers back towards you. Again, just pulling those hips back a little bit to get a sensation. Perfect. We're going to release the hands here, tuck the back toes, and just drop the hips back onto the heels. Trying to get a little foot stretch there. And then we'll inhale, extend straight through the knees, lift the hips. We're coming into our first downward facing dog. So feel free to readjust, add some movement here, pedaling the feet, maybe stepping wide and just kind of swaying the hips side to side. Eventually coming to find stillness in the down dog, taking a nice deep inhale, filling the belly. And exhale, let it go, navel drawing back towards the spine. We're gonna really lift those hips. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears here. Extend long through the spine, perfect. And kind of push those hips back a little, like press the heels down. You should really feel a nice hamstring stretch. We're gonna add some spinal waves. We're gonna inhale, round the spine, coming right into a plank. And exhale, leading with the hips, round the spine back into down dog. So really bringing your awareness to all through the whole length of the spine, just noticing how it feels. Perfect. We're going to roll into our plank position. We're going to drop the knees right below the hips. Just gently walk our hands forward. So we open our chest and drop that to the ground. Coming into our extended puppy pose. If you'd like, you can gaze forward or maybe just look down here. Inhale, breathing nice and deep into the belly. And then exhale, bending through the elbows, rounding through the spine. We'll drop the hips down. Inhale, opening into our Sphinx posture. Maybe engaging through the legs a little bit. We're going to exhale, release the chest down, planting those hands right under our shoulders. We're going to inhale, just take a baby cobra, squeezing those shoulder blades, lifting the chest. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest. This time we come up a little bit higher, still a bend in the elbows. Engage through the glutes here. Exhale, release it down. One more inhale, press into the hands, open into a full cobra. Inhale. Really pull that chest forward, engage through the glutes. Make sure those feet are pressing into the ground. We'll tuck the back toes from here. Exhale, lift the hips, push it back into our downward facing dog. Just another breath here. And then we'll walk our feet all the way to the top of the mat towards our hands, keeping them hip distance. We're just gently bend the knees as we release the upper body all the way into a dangling pose. Feeling the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the head, everything just completely relax. Taking a nice deep breath into that belly, feel it rise. And exhale, draw that navel towards the spine as you release a little bit deeper into the dangle. If you'd like to add a little bit of movement side to side, maybe grab opposite elbow just and sway, just really allowing the spine to decompress and paying special attention to the neck here, really letting it go. Shaking head side to side, nodding up and down. We're going to inhale, straighten through the knees, extend the spine straight, halfway lifting. Exhale, release into a forward fold. Maybe you straighten the legs a little bit more. And then we'll inhale, round through the spine, bend the knees as we lift all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And exhale, release. We're going to inhale, reach arms overhead. Actually, let's just go ahead and exhale, allow them to drop behind the back, interlacing the fingers into a fist. We'll inhale, pull the arms down, open the chest up to the sky, and then exhale, full forward as the fist comes overhead, allowing it to drop as far overhead as you are able to comfortably. Oh, and exhale, release the fingertips, plant the hand. We're just going to go through some Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. Exhale, stepping the feet back into plank. From here, we're going to inhale, straighten through the head, extend through the heels. We're going to exhale, tuck the elbows into the side as we lower chaturanga. On the inhale, we'll push open with the chest, trying to keep the knees lifted off the ground in our upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, push the hips back, downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep cleansing breath here. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Lifting through the heels, bending the knees. We're going to jump, or you can step to the top of the mat, releasing into your forward fold. And inhaling all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, release hands to heart center. Let's do another sun salutation A, just to get some heat building in the body. We're going to inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway extend through the spine. Exhale, release the hands. We're going to step back into our plank. Exhale, we bend and lower, push up. Engage the core. We'll inhale, extend and open the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. Taking another deep cleansing breath here. And exhale. Inhale, lifting the heels, bending the knees, stepping or floating your way to your hands, releasing into your forward fold, and inhale all the way up. Exhale, release. Bringing our big toes together, keeping our heels apart. We'll inhale, sit the hips down, reach the arms up into our chair pose. Really getting nice and low here, opening through the chest. We'll exhale, extend through the legs as we drop into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, step it back into our plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right foot steps forward, ground the back heel so our feet are pointing 45 degrees out. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, bending nice and low into our warrior one here. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands down, planting them, stepping back into our plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward. We ground the back heel. Inhale, bending that front knee 90 degrees if you can, getting nice and low. And squaring the hips out. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower, plant the hands. We're going to step it back into our plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Taking a nice deep cleansing breath here. We'll lift the heels, bend the knees, and float our feet to our hands, releasing into a forward fold, and inhaling all the way back. Oh, you can come back into chair if you like, and then release into standing. Wonderful. Just take a breath here, really open up into your Tadasana, maybe opening the palms forward. Taking a nice deep breath, feeling your crown of your head reaching taller. And exhale, just relax here. We're going to inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, take a forward fold. Stepping the left foot back and dropping the back knee. We're in a nice low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up, getting really nice and low with those hips. We're just going to gently shift the hips back a little bit, stacking that knee over the ankle. And keeping your hands on your front knee, we'll just tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, we'll sink low again with the hips. We're going to tuck the back toes, and from here, we'll lift off the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up in our high lunge. Taking a breath here, and then we're going to straighten through the front leg. You can step in a little bit if you like, and we're going to exhale, release into a pyramid fold here. And then pivoting the back foot to face the long edge of the mat, we're going to take our right hand inside of the right foot and inhale, reach open with the left hand into a Tadasana. Really try to stack the shoulders, stack the hips. Exhale, we release and turn so that the right foot also points towards the long side of the mat. Pigeon toeing a little bit, the toes towards each other. We're going to exhale, fold into our wide-legged forward fold. From here, we're going to extend straight through the elbows. We're just going to, you can kind of turn the feet out too if you like. We're going to bend into one knee and then sway and bend into the other. Just moving side to side here, giving our hips a nice gentle massage. We bend one knee, bend the other knee. Perfect, moving side to side. We're going to bend all the way through that left knee, sitting the hip down, and we'll turn the right knee and foot up to face the sky. You might have to readjust here, open this left foot a little bit, like 45 degrees out, and we're coming into sit in our Tadasana, our Skandasana. Flexing the right toes for a little bit of a deeper sensation. Let's just hold here for a moment. If you'd like to drop the left hand and reach up with the right hand, maybe you can even bind around this left foot here. Gazing up. We'll exhale, release our bind. We're going to try to use no hands, no worries if you need to. We're going to press into that left leg, straightening it as we bend the front leg, pointing those front toes forward. We're coming into a warrior two, releasing the arms to be parallel to the ground and gazing over that front middle finger. Really getting nice and low with that front knee. Perfect. We're going to now pivot the back foot so that it's facing forward and straighten through the front leg. Turn the back foot, straighten through the front leg. We'll inhale. You can either just fold here or you can bring the hands to grab opposite elbows behind the back, releasing into a pyramid fold once again. We're going to release the hands here to help guide us down. Maybe you can step the foot a little bit back to make this easier. All we're doing is bending this back knee while keeping the front knee straight. coming into our half split, trying to stack the hips over the knees, really flexing through that front foot, straightening it. We'll inhale and exhale, fold over that extended leg. Inhale up, we're just going to add some movement, walking into our low lunge and pushing the hips back into our half split. So just kind of moving the hips forward and back, bending and straightening the front leg. Just a few times, and then we're just going to once again push back into our half split. Once again, just extending through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extending. We're going to do a little bit of a weird transition, but hopefully it'll be okay. We're going to bend through this front knee. And we're going to kind of bring both hands inside of this foot. So maybe walking the right foot outwards a little bit. And then we're going to turn our hips to face the long side of the mat. You're going to have to maybe readjust this right leg so that the toes are facing out towards the long side of the mat. So we're in this weird little thing. I'm not facing you, but here, I can actually face you. Like this. Perfect. From here, we're going to press into the left hand. Inhale, reach up with the hips. Extend the right arm overhead. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift up with the hips. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop one more time. We'll inhale, lift the hips. And then we're going to take this front leg and bring it right back into our side plank. Stepping the foot right behind the leg now, the top foot. We're going to come into a wild thing pose, lifting the hips, kind of opening the chest, bending the back a little bit into our wild thing. Exhale, we'll release out of the wild thing, come back into our side plank. And then from here, we're going to bend the top knee, turn to place both hands on the ground, hugging that right knee into the chest. Exhale, extend through the right knee and push back into a three-legged dog. Try to square those hips towards the ground here. Exhale, release the foot. We're in our downward facing dog. We're going to flow it out here. Inhale, rolling into a plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, we'll lift the heels, bend the knees, step or float your feet towards your hands, releasing into a forward fold. And then inhaling all the way up to standing, releasing arms by your side or heart center. Perfect. We're just going to take it to the other side from here. So we're inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping the right foot back, we'll drop the back knee. Sinking those hips nice and low, we'll inhale, reach up into low lunge. Wonderful. Just coming to place the hands on top of the knee. We're just going to gently push the hips back a little bit and tuck the chin in towards the chest, hopefully getting a nice sensation through the psoas. We'll inhale, drop the hips low again. We're going to tuck the back toes and inhale, lift off the back knee, reaching arms up into our high lunge. Holding here for a breath. And then we're going to straighten through this front leg. Planting the back heel down if you can. No worries if you keep it lifted. We're going to exhale, release into a bit of a pyramid pose. Now from here, turning and pivoting the back leg so that the toes are facing the long side of the mat. We keep those front toes pointed forward. We're just going to inhale, reach up with the right hand into our triangle pose. Stacking hips, stacking shoulders, maybe gazing up towards that extended hand. Exhale, we release down. We're going to pivot the front toes to also face the long side of the mat. Pigeon toeing the toes a little bit towards each other as we release into our wide-legged fold. Taking a deep breath here. Inhaling, extending through the spine, pointing those toes outwards from here. We're just going to bend into one knee, sink the hips, bend into the other. Just moving hips side to side. Breathing. Maybe seeing if you can get nice and low. And then next time you come over to the right side, we're going to drop the hips all the way down, bending through that right knee. Just pivoting so that the right knee and toes are pointing up. We're sitting down into our Skandasana pose. The hips can ground if you'd like, or you can try to keep them lifted. Just taking a nice deep breath. We're going to inhale, allow the right hand to drop if you'd like, reach the left arm up to the sky. Maybe if you like, you can even bind around this bent right leg, gazing up. And then we'll exhale, release. Trying to use no hands, we're going to press into the back leg, straightening it while we bend forward into this front leg, making sure the back toes are just pointed towards the long side of the mat, front toes pointed forward. Inhale, up with the arms. Exhale, arms come parallel to the ground, and we bend into that front knee 90 degrees if you can. Take a nice deep breath, tuck the pelvis here. We're going to now straighten through the front leg and pivot the back toes to face forward. We're going to take our hands behind our back if you'd like, and exhale, release down again into a pyramid fold. Releasing the hands, making sure those back toes are pointed all the way forward, and maybe inching that back foot back a little bit more. We're going to drop the back knee, extend straight through the front leg, flex the front toes, square those hips out. The left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Inhaling and exhaling, releasing over into our split. Just really welcoming the muscles to relax here. Taking deep breaths, making sure we get more oxygen into those muscles. We're going to add some movement. Inhale, coming forward with the hips, bending the knee, low lunge. Exhale, pushing it back, straighten the leg. Inhale, push it forward. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, push it forward. Once more, we exhale, push it back, and take another release into our half split. Inhaling, we're going to come forward once again, placing both hands inside of this leg. And then we're going to turn the hips, and you'll have to readjust this left leg so it's facing forward and just at a more comfortable position for you. So we're on our side, leg is bent in front of us. We're going to inhale, reach up, and exhale, lower. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. One more, we inhale, reach it up. Really lift those hips as high as you can. We're going to take this left leg and swing it back into our side plank. Taking that top left leg, dropping the foot behind the bottom one. We'll inhale, lift the hips high, kind of arch through the spine, bending it. And then we'll exhale, release, coming back into our Side plank, bending that top leg. We'll plant both hands down, hugging that knee into the chest. And then exhale, extend back into our three-legged dog, lifting the left foot high up into the air. Inhale and exhale, release the leg, downward facing dog. Inhale, we're round into plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep breath. On the inhale, we'll lift the heels, bend the knees, and step it or jump it to standing up to our feet, releasing into a forward fold. And inhaling all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, release. Perfect. Just do a quick time check. Taking a nice deep breath here. Wow, time went so fast. All right, we're going to, from here, just open the feet out a little bit, 45 degrees. Inhale, reach up. Let's exhale, release the hips down into our yogic squat, straightening through the spine, maybe pushing those knees away with the elbows. Maybe adding a little movement side to side here. We'll release the hips down all the way to a seat. And we're just gonna round our spine down to the ground, hugging the knees into the chest, maybe opening the knees and just kind of circling them out here a little bit. We're gonna plant the feet down, knees pointed up. First, just straighten through this right leg and pull it in towards you. You can flex through the toes to make it a little bit of a deeper stretch. Then taking the outside of this right foot, we'll bend through the knee and take a half happy baby. If you'd like to kind of open this left knee, you can, or open the leg, you can. Trying to pull that knee down towards your armpit. And then we're just going to bring this foot on top of the left knee and hug this into our body, doing another pigeon variation. So like a figure four with your legs, and then you pull it in. Inhale, reach the head up towards the knee. Exhale, release it down. We're just gonna release the legs here. You could either fully twist the legs, you can keep the legs just as they are. You can just release them into the stack. We're taking a twist. So looking over to the right, take whatever variation of a twist you'd like. I think I'm gonna keep my legs twisted. Really drawing that knee all the way down, trying to keep both shoulder blades on the ground. Inhale, feel the belly expand. And exhale, release. Inhaling, we'll come back through center, hugging the knees back into the chest and planting them down. We'll extend straight through the left leg, pulling it in towards our chest, towards us. And then bending through that left knee, we're grabbing the outside of the foot with the left hand. We'll pull it down into our half happy baby. Just kind of pulling that knee down, maybe opening up through that right leg a little bit if you'd like. Planting that right foot down, if you'd moved it, we're just going to inhale, place the left foot on top of the right knee in a figure four, and then pull that right knee in towards your chest. So another pigeon variation. Releasing the reclining pigeon here, we're just going to take any modification of a spinal twist as we allow the knees to fall all the way to the right, bringing our gaze over the left. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. And exhale out. Coming back through center now, we're just going to hug the knees into the chest. Inhale, pull the head up into a ball, tight, tight, tight. And then we'll exhale, release the arms and legs, coming into our final posture, Shavasana. Palms facing up, feet are just relaxed. Taking a nice deep inhale and slow exhale out. Relaxing through the face. Just coming to observe here. No effort towards anything, just complete relaxation. Letting it all go. Feeling yourself nice and heavy in the ground here. Supported. You can feel free to stay as long as you want in the Shavasana. The longer the better, just allowing your body to relax and process. I'm just going to gently start to move out of it, starting with a nice deep breath. Filling the lungs all the way up, filling the whole body with air, holding it in. Maybe seeing if you can inhale a little bit deeper. And then exhale, releasing all the air, pushing all the air out. Then we'll just go ahead, start wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Inhale, stretching the body nice and full before turning onto either side in a fetal position. Gently pushing your way back up into a seated, easy seated pose. Taking your time. I'm just going to close the practice off with one last breath here. Inhale, reaching arms overhead. Exhale, bringing your hands down to heart center, bowing to yourself in practice. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. You did an amazing job, a lot of hard asanas. So, whatever you've done, give yourself lots of credit and thanks for. I hope to see you again next week. Take care and namaste. Thank you. Perfect. All right.